There is a YouTuber that I've known for well over a decade. I've been a huge fan of, and I never knew how to talk about him, and that is Gross Gore. If you haven't heard of that name, consider this video the Wikipedia page of him. Essentially, he's a very hated person at the minute, but me watching him, you can't help but feel sorry for him. The thing is about Gross Gore, he does dumb stuff, says stupid stuff, gets cancelled a lot, but you can't help but feel that he's a walking punchline. He feels like a one-note character in a Will Ferrell comedy film. Now, this is probably one of the saddest falls from grace. He was making around $50,000 a month, I think at his peak, maybe even more. And now he's making around $1,000 a month, mostly living off his girlfriend's OnlyFans. You know, I saw a video of Gross Gore, and he was basically saying the benefits of being like a cuck. I don't even mean I mean like a literal cuck, which is fine. Like everyone's into their own thing. But he was basically saying how it just turns you into like an intellectual or something. Like, I really hope they show the cuck thing, man. I really do, because I was crying my eyes out when I saw that. I really hope. It was like a TikTok.
Ali Gross Gore Larson.
The Twitter video after 10 seconds because the audio was scuffed. Oh, he deleted the video.
I do have to say again, this guy's British, so I'm sorry. I am very sorry. He is British. There is this trend with British people being kind of degenerates.
You must. Why? Listen. Video, you stupid, degenerate, loser, little freak. It's scuffed, you idiot.
How did this Twitch streamer go from meteoric success?
He never had success. Okay, that's a bit. He was always a mid streamer. He never had success. Okay, he was never big. That's a bit of a reach. I get it. It's a trailer. You're hyping people up. That's a bit of a reach.
To a permanent ban.
Guys, I'm not smart. I've never been smart. Look at me. I'm permanently banned on Twitch TV. I'm not a smart person. I'm very dumb.
And how did this happen to him not once, but twice?
You know,
it's like when you get caught by a teacher and you gotta make an apology to the other kid or something. I'm very sorry. I will not do it again. I'm very sorry.
you're indefinitely banned for adult sexual exploitation.
From a teenager uploading RuneScape clips to YouTube.
He's a teenager there. He looks the exact same. Just the camera quality is worse.
In 2008, to earning $35,000 per month on Twitch, to begging his audience to subscribe to his girlfriend's OnlyFans so she can pay his rent and stop his possessions being taken by the debt collectors. And of course, making videos about how good it feels.
There it is. I had the best cook. Okay, you know what? We're watching that first. There's no way it's 43 minutes.
Okay, let's get straight into it. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year to all the boys out there.
Oh, it's too long. What about this guy?
And, you know, what the main thing I want to say is that absolutely love this. I've always wanted a girl like her, because I don't know what it is, and I've had this all my life, but I've always wanted a girl that absolutely loves, I love that all my friends would check her out, you know, and say, damn, oh, she's gorgeous, oh, she's perfect, or they go, your girlfriend is lovely, Ali.
And then I sleep with her and you watch. Okay, I know I'm not one to kink shame ever, but it's not even the fact that he's a cuckold. It's more the fact it's how he presents it. He's got to do this year 6 drama level acting of my friends will be like, oh fucking hell, mate.
To watch her have sex with other men, from rich and famous on the path to generational wealth to a broke lol cow. This is Gross Gore's entirely deserved rise and fall. League of Legends.
I watched from the corner. That's right. No, I think he says at one point.
Was and still is one of the most streamed games in the world. The fan base is massive, and during the early days of the scene, Gross Gore had managed to build himself a moderate audience. The 2014
What is his hair, bro? He looks like Soap McTavish from Modern Warfare.
to 2017 period of his career is one that many early fans look upon fondly. The good old days. It was never without drama or controversy, but at least it was mostly harmless, and he had a genuinely entertaining stream with a personality and vibe that almost doesn't exist even nowadays on the platform.
He does give off proper UK energy though, right? The fact that he's got so much gold on him as well, the gold chain, the gold watch.
It seemed greater success was only a matter of time for Ali Larson. Couple this with a high level of gameplay in League of Legends, with him being in the top 0.1% of ranked players in Europe, and he had everything he needed.
Okay, so he was actually cracked at the game then. He wasn't even just like a personality streamer. I mean, I guess he was, but he was actually good at the game, which is like it's very rare for people that stream games to actually be good at them at that level.
Unfortunately, due to growing up on the internet, creating videos and live streaming for so long, GrowScore possessed absolutely no filter on what he should or shouldn't say or share with his fan base. This is possibly what made him so relatable and garner such a large audience.
I like how his chat was just spamming nice tits as well, just mass spamming.
In such an early stage of Twitch. If it came to his head, he'd talk about it, no matter how stupid it was or how bad it made him look.
And I did get a bit carried away, and I did touch up like her ass, like here, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just soft and it's nice.
Add on to this, as a prominent streamer, he was a self-proclaimed lad, and he constantly entertained the advances of girls who followed him, often inviting them over to his home, having them on stream, meeting them at events, and of course privately. Eventually, at a League of Legends official event, rumours started to circulate. Pro players were rumbling that GrowScore had tried to sexually assault a girl who had rejected him. He of course heard these rumours and decided, in his usual manner,
Why has the guy got like beer as a profile picture?
to just go on stream and rant about it.
About me, the people, because Creppo, I've got chat logs of people, I've already seen it.
This is the worst thing you can ever do, by the way, when you have like an allegation or an accusation, is to go off kilter on a live stream where you can't properly form your sentences and you're driven mostly by emotion. I've never seen anyone go on a live stream to tackle an allegation and it just hasn't been used against them later. It is the worst thing you can do. People that accuse you will have time to formulate like their opinion, their chats, sentences, all that kind of stuff. And if you then use emotion and you go on a live stream and you just start like talking shit, it just never ends well. It is the most disastrous thing. I remember when Shane Dawson was being called out, and then he just went on like an Instagram live calling like the people that called him out like whores and stuff, just driven by emotion. And he's like, to this day, he's basically still like cancelled.
Going around, taking a piss, ha ha ha. GrowScore, he got rejected, ha, because he tried f***ing her. The f*** is up with that? Why are you going around trying to paint this image? Because that's what they're doing. They're going around to all these other players saying dumb shit like, yeah, GrowScore tried rape girl. That's what I've been told. Hilarious, isn't it? Well, Creppo, be careful, man, because I know about that young girl you slept with, a 15-year-old. Oh, shit, should have said that, but don't worry, buddy. I can play. Don't play a fire, okay? You get
Britain finally has its own Keemstar. I'm so happy.
burned. All right, f***er?
As for whoever's in the right of
It's so genius as well. Doesn't even like deny, doesn't even try to like, you know, disprove his own allegations with any proof. He's just like, oh yeah, you slept with a 15-year-old.
wrong here with accusations without evidence on both sides, I can't confirm. But the person GrowScore accuses here of a pretty heinous act worked for League of Legends developer Riot Games on their professional esports broadcast, which of course was partnered with Twitch.tv, which is the website where GrowScore's
Wasn't that guy actually cancelled or not? That Crepol, or am I thinking of someone else? There was a shoutcaster that was actually like fired for stuff like that.
entire career existed. And so with that, GrowScore received a permanent ban from Twitch.
And now I'm permanently banned because everything that happened yesterday, I'm permanently banned. It's over. This is how it ends. It's over. It's finished. Everything, all the time I put into
It's Jova.
Everything is done in a heartbeat.
It's
in a
Jova.
click. It's over.
It's Joe
Now,
Biden
of course,
over.
when this happened in April of 2016, for someone who was averaging thousands of concurrent viewers and earning thousands of dollars each month, this was essentially deleting his entire career. He had very few options to continue, with Twitch being the premier streaming platform currently, and other competitors being drastically behind in either tech, viewership, or both. With that being said,
Yeah, I remember when YouTube Gaming had like a heart. Do you remember when YouTube Gaming was like an actual joke? And now it's actually like, okay, it's not as good as Twitch, but like, it's probably the second biggest live streaming platform, right? I mean, Mixer's dead.
he moved over to the website Hitbox TV and continued to try and do what he did best, entertain and climb the ranks in League of Legends. Unfortunately, despite some of his audience transferring over to follow him, his viewership was in decline and he had a very low ceiling for growth. This undoubtedly stunted his career, but luckily a year later in June of 2017, keeping his nose clean and not doing anything to garner much more attention in terms of the negatives, Twitch decided to give him a second chance. He was back on the
Considering he's a male, that's actually that's very unheard of that he's given a second chance on Twitch.
platform and seeing double the viewers he ever saw before the ban. Either way, he was doing great.
Don't tell me now that GrowScore streams are only 3 hours long. Rip, boring, la, can't take it seriously. Hey, I'm like a fucking expensive hooker, okay? I only do like 5.5 hours. I don't work like 7 hours a day. That'd be exhausting. I'm out.
Unfortunately, according to his stream analytics, Groscore struggled with something that will become a massive factor later in the analysis of his career: inconsistent work ethic. For a guy who grew up in a caravan with a family without a lot of money, having thousands of dollars each month meant that he could pretty much do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, this is kind of the problem. I mean, like for a success story, someone that comes from nothing and then they actually, you know, get money and they actually build their own like career or like empire or whatever, like it's really wholesome. It really is, especially people that come from literally zero. The problem is, like, if you're not born into money, you sometimes, if you don't have family surrounding you or friends or like someone that's good with money, or you don't learn how to manage your money, money disappears very quickly and you become an idiot that just buys like really expensive things, just impulse buying. I remember Mr. Breast said this once. He basically said when he first started getting paid by YouTube, he became very material and he was buying all these like expensive clothes, like, you know, Gucci, Louis, all that kind of stuff. But then he kind of realized, I don't feel any happier buying it, so I'm just not going to do that anymore. Obviously, Carl Jacobs and Chris the Meme God did not take the same advice because they still wear Gucci in every video. Basically, just be born into money. There you go. GG.
He didn't live extravagantly in terms of rent or anything like that. And after the initial high of being back on Twitch wore off, he started streaming infrequently, with less streaming hours each time. Due to this, his viewer numbers saw...
When I got paid by YouTube, the first thing I bought, like the first amount of money I had that was my own, that wasn't like, you know, like mummy's pocket money, was shampoo and omega-3 tablets. So you could just tell where my priorities were.
Drama, let's make some drama! Hey, there's Emilius Pro! Let's make some drama! Relax!
Just crawling around near a woman's ass. This is what KSI would do. I remember when KSI, when he was younger, he like motorboated a girl. He literally put his head and he was like... And then the girl was fine with it, but then he got banned from the event. It was some kind of like games expo or something.
At the RuneScape annual convention called RuneFest, Groscore arrived and began drinking heavily. During the convention, he managed to get caught on camera doing numerous things that he really shouldn't have been doing, such as the clip you just saw, grabbing a girl and kissing her seemingly without permission, and repeatedly commenting on a woman's breasts to her face, and to his friends to her face.
No offense to the woman. She was wearing a really, really, really revealing top, but I think
Oh, I'll be honest, I should have done it, but she was really, really fit. She was like really fit. Like, it's not my fault that she's so fit. I like how his shirt basically just says like how a British person says bottle of water.
people will comment on it. Her name was Rachel. I said, hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Rachel. And she's got, hi, I'm Rachel. Hi, Rachel. And I said, Raj, meet Rachel. Raj, meet Rachel and her tits. I
just has no understanding of what's wrong with that.
just...
Following this, Groscore also got into an actual physical fight with other attendees during the same event, which resulted in him being escorted off premises by the police. As with almost everything in Groscore's career and Ali Larson's life, the moment he found out about his ban was captured live on Twitch.
Extremely bad news, I'm not joking. I'm being banned on Twitch for 30 days, starting as soon as I end my stream.
This, of course, wasn't a great look for him.
I like how he's talking about being banned, and he's got like a 4 loss rate.
And for Twitch as well. Just a year ago, they'd given him a second chance, something not many people get. And the last thing you want to do when on your second life with a corporation who doesn't really care about you is to become predictable as a brand risk. He was likely warned that this was the last chance, and from here on...
Yeah, I think Twitch has that problem that a lot of companies do, where it's like, you need to basically be the 1% and you need to be in the group chats. You need to be able to speak to contacts. It's like, when Twitch soft banned me, they removed like my sub button, so I basically couldn't make money unless people were giving donos to me. There were loads of people that subscribed for like months and months in advance, and they were still subscribing, but basically all of that money was going to Twitch. I spoke to support. I made a support ticket. Support ignored me. And then I went around to like other YouTubers that I was friends with. And I was like, okay, you've got like a contact at Twitch, right? They were like, yeah. And I was like, can I speak to them? And then every single Twitch contact I spoke to, they just said like, oh, I can't speak on that. But basically because Dr. Disrespect is suing Twitch, and they are so, like, every employee is shit scared of being dragged into a lawsuit, that they just don't want to deal with like anything. They didn't want anything to do with it. But yeah.
He tried to keep his nose clean and work at his career. He started doing cooking streams, raising tens of thousands of dollars in the process from donations, using the money.
But yeah, no, it's just madness with Twitch. Like, if I didn't make the switch to YouTube to this day, I'd probably still be streaming on Twitch. I'd be getting less viewers, and I'd basically be doing it for free, unless people like donated directly, because there was just no way to make money off there. They took away the sub button. They took away the sub button. They took away the verification badge. I wasn't even an affiliate, because even an affiliate, you can subscribe to a Twitch streamer. You just get less of a cut.
In his usual fashion, in a completely irresponsible manner, to purchase lavish items such as a new Jaguar, despite already having what he called his dream car sitting in the garage. Though to grow score, and many people who have been lucky enough to earn an amazing living through the exponential growth of social media and content creation, he likely thought the money would just never end, that the good times like his new Jaguar would keep rolling. And he wasn't exactly wrong. In 2021, after Twitch's new terms of service and likely a realization he was wasting the opportunity given to him by being the same on-camera person from back in 2014, which wasn't growing, Ali Larson reinvented his content, reinvented Grow Score. No longer was his stream focused on screaming, going crazy on camera, reacting to situations with his viewers angrily. He was instead reserved, but still energetic and entertaining. Bear in mind, from 2014 till 2021, he basically hovered around 1,000, 2,000 viewers at his peak. Within a month of making these changes, he was at 4,000, 8,000, 10,000. It was not only a massive redemption arc for the once permanently banned streamer, but a massive financial opportunity. He was now earning well over £35,000 per month in ad revenue and donations, with the likelihood of becoming a millionaire within a year and set for life in 2. All he had to do was keep this up and keep himself out of any drama. So what Ali thought would be...
I can feel, because we're not even halfway through the video, he may be involved in some drama.
A little bit of banter to get roasted by the Reddit community was actually the beginning of his downfall.
Oh no. Oh no. Imagine posting yourself on Roast Me, like, ever. If you have any, like, pending allegation or accusation, that is the first thing they would jump on.
Or at least the second downfall. People were bringing up his past, and they had the receipts. In an attempt to perform damage control and perhaps inadvertently triggering the Streisand effect, Groscore removed the thread on the Roast Me subreddit.
Oh.
Unfortunately for him, Livestream Fails, a community that are best known for reveling in the downfall of...
It's like, I remember KSI like 5 years ago, he made a tweet and he said, "I am unhackable." Fucking idiot. He got hacked like 10 minutes later, and then he had to delete the tweet out of like embarrassment. So you don't bait people out. You don't bait Reddit out. They are detectives sat there all day. They will find everything. I remember that thread they did on Boogie 4 numbers. They did like this whole thread on him. Like everything, like receipts and everything. It was insane.
And basking in the resulting schadenfreude of lives being ruined, picked up on the story and turned it into a lightning rod. At this point, Ali made a video addressing the situation, specifically going through the links posted, of which there were many, and trying to explain context.
I like how he's just in his kitchen. Why is he streaming in his kitchen?
Address and ultimately apologise for the contents of each accusation. He likely thought he could get ahead of this before Twitch picked it up and potentially banned him again.
I regret it so much. It's probably one of the biggest regrets of my life, without a doubt, and I sit here and I regret it every day. It was the worst experience of my life, and still to this day, it's one of the biggest regrets.
I regret it all. I regret it all. It was really bad. It was really bad. I regret it all.
This, which is definitely the biggest regret of my life.
The biggest regret.
Everything I've said in that video, I regret.
I regret.
No doubt, in my brain, the biggest regret of my life still to this day. It's the biggest regret of my life still to this day. I regret it. Obviously.
I like how this guy actually went the extra mile. He didn't only do the regret counter, he gave timestamps in case you wanted to like fact check yourself when he actually said regret.
It's stupid to say.
This, as you likely would have guessed, didn't work.
Indefinite. So I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm so used to being thrown around in this community and like being bullied and picked.
Now for context, the accusation of distributing nude images without consent comes from when Groscore travelled to America as a 23-year-old man to be with then girl.
He's 23? What? Why does he look older than me? I'm 25. Why does he look older than me, bro? That's not right. That's not right. Am I gonna look like this forever? I think I'm actually gonna look like this forever. Shit. Okay, I think I've actually just hit the realization like I've peaked. And I'm not gonna look any older.
Girlfriend Celestia Vega, who was 17. They allegedly had sex, and when he returned to England, they broke up, at which time he wrote a note to her mother, including a USB
Bro, turn the age slider all the way down.
drive, which he said had a video on it, but posted on Snapchat saying it was actually full of Celestia's nude images, which of course would constitute many
It's not her patron. Nudes and gifts the lot. Mum's gonna kill her, and he's just sipping out of a mug.
illegal acts, and all documented on his
Look at this, bro. Think he the thinker. You are not the thinker. What? Who takes a fucking Snapchat selfie and they're just like they pose the camera and they're just like you are not the thinker.
social media as an admission. This was why he was banned, and he claimed in the apology video going over the claims that this was
Least delusional league player. Least delusional.
actually just a link to Celestia's Instagram, and they never really even had sex. He was just too embarrassed to admit it, but this Twitter exchange between the pair in August of 2016 would of course state otherwise. It also doesn't help that Grosscore has contextually bragged multiple times as a mid-20-something man of having frequently slept with 16-year-old girls in England, which, while not illegal, as that is the age of consent, would be seen as incredibly weird and creepy, especially if it's a repeated behaviour and coupled with other such allegations.
Why would you brag about that?
Due to this and a host of other sexual impropriety towards numerous women,
I was pissed up drunk and I got my dick out in front of Ice Poseidon.
Oh, God.
I don't fucking know.
Oh,
It's
God,
news to
yeah.
me, right? But
Of course, Ice Poseidon gets mentioned. Of course, Ice Poseidon gets mentioned. You know what's funny? One of my editors, Matthew Ramska, he went to Japan, right? On his own. He was just like having a trip around Japan. And he bumped into Ice Poseidon. And Ice Poseidon thought he was a stream sniper. Ice Poseidon just thought he was a stream sniper. Because obviously, I assume if you're Ice Poseidon, you just assume every human on Earth is a stream sniper. Like you're the center of the universe or something. But yeah. That was funny. I think there's an upload of it somewhere, but...
Jenna, apparently
Wait, why
Steve
would
was
you
like,
just randomly whip your dick out? What the fuck?
I thought, that's not me. Like, and apparently Ice Poseidon made me do it.
it's
but
unsurprising that this was the straw that broke the camel's back. The camel, in this metaphor, of course, being Twitch.tv. They'd given him more chances than he probably deserved, but they were done with taking the risk associated with the Grosscore stream. Now this, of course, to me, is a clear actions meets consequence situation, though for him, it must have felt difficult to reconcile he'd been banned for things that happened 5 to 8 years in his past, especially since all of this had been public.
I mean, he's messed up 3 times, right? 3 separate bans. So he got the first ban, then he changed his image, then he got a 30-day ban, and then it's the permaban. So the way Twitch works is, if you're a guy, 3 strikes and you're out. If you're a woman, it's probably more than 3 strikes. It's probably a little bit more.
The entire time. In his mind, he'd kept his head down for the last couple of years and was finally on track to fulfill his dreams. Now it's possible, since these things were years ago, had he maintained an apologetic energy after the ban, perhaps he could have found redemption in a rare third chance from Twitch one day, or at least transitioned over to a successful YouTube streaming career. After all, this was no longer 2016. It wasn't Twitch or Hitbox with no viewership. Twitch was garnering a reputation for killing their platform, YouTube were investing heavily in capturing the market share of live streaming audience, and other people...
I think the worst thing that Twitch has at the minute that just makes it unwatchable is, like, whenever I check Twitch, which will be like, I think once a week, I'll have all these streamers that I still follow. I'll click on their stream, and then it will play like a 30-second unskippable ad. Sometimes 2 30-second unskippable ads. And it instantly kills any kind of, like, care. You know, almost like... I know this sounds kind of depressing. You know when you're just, like, scrolling through TikTok or, like, Twitter, and you're just mindlessly scrolling? You're not doom scrolling, but you're just, like, mindlessly doing it, right? And then as soon as you get an ad, that's what snaps you out of it. That's like, okay... That is so shit and useless. It's actually going to make me click off the app and go be productive. That's exactly what an ad's like on there.
People had successfully transitioned from a career ended on Twitch, such as Dr. Disrespect in Destiny, not to mention the many streamers that moved for contractual gains. Grosscore, however, went entirely off the rails.
You're all fucking idiots if you sit there and think, oh yeah, he's taken the money and scammed us. He took the money and scammed us. Those are
He needs like different headphones. He needs ones with smaller cups because his head looks like a melon at the minute.
clubbing. He's out clubbing. You fucking loser, degenerate fucking idiots to think that I paid off the fucking money. I went to a gaming bar last night. I got my ass beat in Tekken. I made a Twitter video talking about that. I deleted the Twitter video after 10 seconds because the audio was scuffed. Oh, he deleted the video. He must be. Why? Listen to the fucking video, you stupid, degenerate loser, little freak. It's fucking scuffed, you fucking idiot.
Throughout the remainder of 2021,
I don't know why. He gives me that energy like he's an informant for the FBI. You know, like those like crime rings they got, like the mafia and stuff. He'd be one of the guys that's like low level. He'd be called like Jimmy Snitch or something. And he'd be the guy that talks shit about everyone, but then he's secretly actually like a rat for the FBI.
and all of 2022, you could visibly see the man unravel in front of your eyes. He was becoming the internet's new lolcow, a name given to people who exist almost entirely to be made fun of online, earning himself Darkside Phil or Wings of Redemption levels of notoriety. People
I love
earning himself Darkside Phil or Wings of Redemption levels of notoriety.
Wings of Redemption, man, absolutely kills me. I love Wings of Redemption. I love Wings of Redemption. I remember when Jack Manifold was streaming, and he was streaming with like some guy called Bilzo, some Minecraft streamer, and they were doing a try not to laugh challenge. And all I was doing was donating Wings of Redemption clips over and over. And I'd always purposely cut it off just before the punchline. So it would end just before he threw the controller against the wall. It was so good. And then Bilzo, because he's like a Minecraft streamer, he had no idea what was going on. He didn't find any of it funny. But then Jack Manifold, because he's like semi-based, he actually like started like giggling and stuff like during the bit.
People were tuning into his dying streams that consisted of 100 to 200 people, simply to see him devolve into madness.
They stole my fucking legs. I was good the whole raid. You guys also think I was from the second I got that raid. I was being a little bitch. No, I'm not coming back. I don't care. Him. Let him find a fucking replacement DPS. Him.
There's something really like characteristic about Groscore, right? That the notifications he's got for like donos and top sub, it's in the impact meme font. There's just something so like Groscore about that, and that wouldn't have been intentional at all.
Him. Everyone watching knows that fucking raid leader. It was, I can promise you, it was Giga Axis. Giga Texas. I guarantee it was my fucked up hater, Giga Texas, that was whispering him, oh yeah, he's a foul. Oh, he's a rapist. He rapes people. Right.
Berserker, you write into some scammer and whisper, check the name.
Oh my god!
Who's been whispering?
This is like when Jared Leto was auditioning for Joker, man.
Oh my god! He wasn't giving 2 roles. He's a fucking scammer. He was pretending to be him.
His YouTube videos wouldn't get views either, though like many others who lacked the ability to reflect on their position, Groscore blamed this entirely on his name.
This is the last video gonna be uploaded to this channel forever. Let me explain why. The name, Gross Gore. The name is vulgar. YouTube limit my videos and my channel because of the name. That's how YouTube is. Gore and gross are considered bad words, so YouTube have been limiting my channel for years since they implemented this system. That's why my channel's got no growth.
This, as with almost everything
Why when he was on about saying, well, my channel's got no growth, I just instantly thought, and that's why the PS5 has no games.
Larson has said from 2021 until now didn't last for very long, nor was his assessment of the situation accurate, which is also
Am I too old to play Call of Duty Vanguard? People will make videos like that and then cry on Twitter saying, my video did 10 out of 10, like the algorithm, it's throwing me out the algorithm. Am I too old to play Call of Duty Vanguard? Am I too old to play Among Us?
a trend. Groscore the name is not the reason why the channel wasn't growing. Groscore the person was. The reason the likes and dislikes are disabled, the comments are disabled, and when they're not, it's full of abuse or full of a dislike.
Thanks for sticking around this long. I don't know how many times I can watch him cycle through the exact same phases. Painful.
Like ratio larger than the like ratio is entirely because of his own behavior. He should have been asking himself the question, why would somebody watch me now? A man who knows nothing except the privilege of a successful career online and refuses to reflect on why is this happened to him. A man who dines out on the past of being what he refers to as a somebody, who refuses to move on and get a real job, or even putting the time and effort to pursue what he calls his dream.
Where is the cuckolding? Where is the cuckolding? Where is the cuckolding?
I'm gonna get a fucking job. Like, you. Seriously, you. Like, what? Are you crazy? Like, you want me? I know what you're doing. You want me to fucking quit my YouTube? You want to quit streaming? You want to quit Twitter? You want to quit social media to go work a job, making 15 grand a year? Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy?
This is better than the vast insanity speech, definitely. This is miles better than that. He's even saying the same stuff like that. That is crazy.
Are you fucking out of your fucking mind? Why? So we have a little bum like you? Fuck you, man. I will keep on trying to make it fucking work until it fucking works.
He seems to have forgotten that one of the reasons people...
Yeah, if the guy that voice acted Vars, Michael Mando, if he did that instead, he would have got like an Oscar and an Emmy, man. And Far Cry 3 wouldn't have, like, you know, it would have been the most sold game ever made. If he goes up to, you know, Jason Brody, he's like, fuck you, man, you come on my island, mate. So what, I mean, I'll cock on you, like, who cares, mate? Fuck you. You'll get me kick off fucking Twitter. Fuck you, mate.
Score in the first place was he's related...
He's spitting.
Watched Grow score in the first place was...
Enhance. Literally just spitting while shitting his diaper.
Was his relatability factor. How we talked about and how he saw his fans now was no longer compatible with that original relatability. And it's not just that he thinks this way, it's that he lacks the awareness to not hit send after recording the video, who lacks the self-control to simply not reply to the quote, haters. He has no idea that he's fallen into the trap. He's in the lolcow spiral. He does and says things that he believes are okay to do and say. People laugh at him for it. Then he responds to the people laughing at him, giving them more reason to laugh, and on it goes. The only thing he does to break this cycle is to abuse his real fans who try to give him advice. His video releases for around a year was, what would you like to see? Get some suggestions, say he was going to do them.
Yeah, I've seen so many YouTubers that fall into that pit. They'll basically keep asking, like, what do you guys want to see? Like, give me suggestions, which is fine. It's like recycling content, right? Like, I've done that loads of times. But when you see them doing it, like, every other month, then it's like, okay, shit. Like, they've run out of ideas.
And then the next video complain about how everything was going badly, only to be told, you've not really streamed. You've not really made these videos. You've not really made any attempt to do anything differently. Add on to all of this that Ali Larson, GrowScore, has struggled with the messaging he wants to send out regarding his past behaviour and ban. At the beginning of it all, he was apologetic, stating he'd grown, he was no longer that person who did those things. But within months, he'd fallen down a real dangerous rabbit hole. After all, when you push somebody to the fringes of society, who is it they will find there? Other fringe individuals and ideas. They are the ones who will side with you no matter what you did. Instead of working on himself and his image, Ali Larson decided to blame his entire situation on other people. He'd actually done nothing wrong, and it was just them that were there to cancel him.
I got banned. That's right, counter-cultured and all that, and a lot of jealous British people, hundreds of British people on Twitch gunned me down because in the UK, we've got something wrong with the society in the UK, no other country in the world, just the UK. When someone's doing well in the UK, it's called the crab effect. They don't want to see you doing well because they don't like you because they're doing shit. So they want to take you down.
It was at this...
I like how it makes it sound like that's exclusively to the UK, like the rest of the world does not experience any form of jealousy.
Point in his quest to find acceptance among...
Like, he's got the Roadman jacket on. He's got the cup of tea. It's just, it writes itself. I could not think of a more British person.
The unacceptable... He likely killed any shot he has of...
He is definitely like 50% why of like Americans think that they can make jokes at the expense of the British. They think that they can because of people like GrowScore.
Growing on YouTube and building a
Thank you, Macra, for 8 months.
Lifestyle he could be proud of. As in his worldview, if he isn't rich and famous, he's a waste of life, loser, nobody.
And it's like, well, I don't want to fucking throw in a towel and go work at McDonald's. I don't want to be a 30-year-old man working at McDonald's. I want to be a somebody. I want to be a YouTube. I want to be a YouTube goddamn star. I want to be a YouTube streamer. I want to be a somebody, man.
It's the dropping the camera, it's the one taking, and then it's just the ocean of spit leaving his mouth.
The issue is, and probably always will be, that if you've grown up on the internet, getting hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views, making tons of money,
like seeing Groscore spit everywhere with saliva, it just reminds me of the opening of Osmosis Jones.
You probably cannot do anything wrong in your head. You're always correct. Everyone else is always against you. The system, the world, the people. Groscore has no concept of the saying, if everywhere you go it smells like shit, time to check your shoes. He believes he's the victim of cancel culture, not the victims of his actions meeting their rightful consequences. He seems to forget that you are allowed mistakes, and he's evidence of this. He returned from the original mistakes, but when you constantly make them, be given enough rope to prove that you haven't grown or been humbled by them, why would anybody extend you more chances to repeat the cycle? It seems at this stage he's happy to refuse to change, only to make empty promises and placate his ego by blaming others. Maybe he's unaware that you're unlikely to change people or the world, but the one thing you can change is yourself.
I don't care. Get to the cockpit. I don't care.
And the way that you adapt to
cock.
And now to round all of this off.
Yes.
And bang home the point of inconsistency. If you're familiar with the Groscore saga, you've likely seen this video.
One of the things I want to be talking about today is cuckery. Okay, because I know right now on the internet, the term cuck is used as an insult. Why?
Ali has been incredibly outspoken in recent months about him and his girlfriend's lifestyle. He claims to love that she does OnlyFans and really...
Again, I do want to say it's fair, right? I mean, again, I'm not ever going to be able to judge whatever anyone's into ever again, which is fine. But I'm still going to do it anyway. Like, it's more just the fact that it's Groscore doing this, you know, and how he's trying to sell that it's like something for intellectuals, and it's Groscore. I just saw one of the comments. I'm not reading that out.
Enjoys watching other men have sex with her in front of him, but since Ali's life as Groscore is so perpetually online due to his choice to publish it all, we don't have to go back too far to see that things may not be as good as they seem.
She's joined that website. I'm proud of her, and I hope she does really well on there. She decided to make the account. I wanted her to do it half a year ago, and then recently she wanted to do it, so she went and did it.
Now I'll ask you, does that look like the face and tone of a man that's happy his partner is doing OnlyFans? He posted a follow-up video to this after she'd been on the site for just 5 days, confirming that he's having issues with her being super busy chatting to other men who want to have sex with her and fulfilling their private requests for personal content. He also frequently posted on Twitter talking about being terrified of her leaving him for another man who had more money.
So he doesn't like the girlfriend doing OnlyFans content and being personal with other men, which is totally fair. So that was like the cuck awakening?
Was more attractive and was more successful, which wouldn't be too hard right now since he was working less than ever before.
I like how you can always tell it's a bad tweet because you look at the bottom right and you see the hidden replies icon. Every time I look at a tweet that's viral, I look at the bottom right, my eyes dart there instantly.
Or seemingly in deep depression and had no idea how to get back to where he wanted to be. Now, not long after this, in fact only a couple months of being clearly distressed by the scenario, he was posting about being very happy that other men were involved in the relationship with his girlfriend.
So we have this pact in our relationship where we won't ever do anything with another woman, but I will admit this right now, we have had a lot of threesomes, and we've had a fair few amount of foursomes as well, all guys.
This sounds like Will Smith. This sounds like Will Smith talking about his relationship.
Which is, of course, known on the internet as being a cuck.
I'm not the type of cuck that would sit in a closet and watch and jerk off while watching my missus get ploughed. Now, I'm going to be completely honest again, I have done that.
Essentially...
It's just the Groscore way of explaining it, man. Oh, I'm actually crying.
The internet as being a cuck.
I'm not the type of cuck that would sit in a closet.
I'm not the type of cuck that would sit in a closet and jerk off and watch while my missus gets ploughed.
And watch and jerk off while watching my missus get ploughed. Now, I'm going to be completely honest again, I have done that.
Essentially...
And then he goes, to be honest, I have done that.
Groscore thought his rebranded new direction of content would benefit from having a 33-minute long video explaining how not insecure he is about the whole...
I'm not the type of cuck to just sit in a closet and jerk off and watch while my missus gets ploughed. But I'll be honest, I've done it before.
Situation, which is of course ironic. Now there are some contextual
He contradicted himself immediately. Yeah, no, he's the definition of having an argument in your own head and both sides come out at the same time.
elements to this that confused me while researching the finer details of this story, such as Grosscore stating when he was banned on Twitch to having £35,000 in cash, which he spent drinking across multiple months before meeting Safi, which is
Thank you, T Ultimate, for joining.
His girlfriend. He got himself in £4,500 worth of credit card debt on top of this and was earning less than £1,000 per month. But since his girlfriend started OnlyFans, his credit card debt has vanished and they are doing great financially to the point he hardly streams, doesn't make videos, and outright refuses to get a job. This means despite claiming...
So he's literally just living off her now. That's all he's doing. Unless he's got an actual IRL job, but I don't imagine he does.
...to go 50-50 on bills, it's almost certain that he is a kept man, and she's paying for them both in the relationship. Which I'm not saying to disparage him in any kind of way or say that there's anything wrong with that. If they're happy with the situation, more...
Yeah, again, it's like, I don't really think that's a bad thing, but it's more just kind of sad how it's a fall from grace. Because he was making, like, you know, upwards of like 40k a month, and then he drops to like $1,000. Yeah, that's... I don't think anyone likes to see that.
Power to them. But it seems odd to go from...
Especially like when he was buying the Jaguars and stuff as well. Like, what? What?
Depressed that men speak to your girlfriend and insecure she might leave, to letting men who she meets on OnlyFans come over and have sex with her.
We've also met people on nights out as well, and we've gotten to know them.
So OnlyFans, nights out, and my friends. Fans even.
It doesn't make a...
Oh, that was... Hello? Okay, what was that last bit?
She meets on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, nights out, and my friends. Fans even.
It doesn't make it...
My friends and fans. Fuck my girlfriend. Okay, I mean, I respect it. I respect how... You know, you see those memes of like intrusive thoughts 1? I think with Grosscore it's reversed, so it's like normal thoughts 1. And that is like such a small fraction of everything he says. Thank you, Vibes, for joining.
A ton of sense to swap up so quickly, but maybe he just had a change of heart in that short span of time. It is of course also possible he thinks doing this will prevent her leaving him for another man if she can just have any other man she wants anyway. This factor also plays into why he likely won't be with other women, despite that being a much fairer arrangement. Now you might be thinking that the bad stuff ends there, but of course no. The reason his girlfriend even started OnlyFans in the first place is because Grosscore begged her to do so, even manipulated and guilt-tripped her, of course, live on stream.
That is such a missed opportunity for you. You could have so much in your life, but okay, I'll continue to make £100 a day, and we're scraped by.
His girlfriend and his entire chat is calling him out the whole time for this behavior.
Yeah, I don't know why you would like do that in front of... Like his audience are going to be mostly little, like, sweaty gamer boys, right? So why would you then, like... Because iDubbbz got absolutely eaten alive for iDubbbz's wife having... Because when iDubbbz's wife got an OnlyFans, he got eaten alive for that. And then he made that video trying to defend it, which he deleted now. I don't know why you would think live streaming that in front of like a predominantly male audience. They're going to be like, yeah, she should get an... Oh, she's well fit. Grosscore, can I sleep with your wife?
And he constantly shouts at them, looking like a child who got denied candy at the store while doing so. She then 5 months later decided on her own to start doing OnlyFans, though with a different arrangement. Originally, he was suggesting they split her income 50.
So, if he wasn't doing it for money, he was doing it for sexual gratification then, because he's into the cooking thing.
50, as if he was managing her career in some kind of way, but now made a point to state in a recent video that it was her account and she was keeping 100% of the money, though of course, she is paying for the majority of the bills. It's also worth noting, to play into the insecurity factor and why maybe this is going on, that Grosscore's ex-girlfriend, who he also convinced to do OnlyFans, did eventually do well and then leave him, which is likely why things have turned out the way they have this time.
Date a girl that does Patreon OnlyFans. Don't date a girl that sells her nudes or whatever. Don't do it. Don't do it, because you'll get made fun of. You get called cuck. You're a guy who will allow other men to jerk off to your missus. Get your head scanned.
My last point is that there is a stark contrast between...
Is he talking to Twitch chat or is he just talking to himself? I don't even understand there.
Between who Ali Lawson thinks he is and who Grosscore actually is.
I've just acted crazy and stupid and angry in the past for attention because I just thought no one would like watching me for who I am today.
Shut up and go away. Shut.
This is actually the left and right hemisphere of Gross Gore's brains talking to each other. This is the left side, the logical side.
Just thought
And then the right side takes over, just starts swearing and abusing himself.
would like watching me for who I am today.
Shut the fuck up and go away. Shut the fuck up and go away. Get off my feed. Get off, follow me. I've blocked you, bruv. I've blocked you.
Bruv.
You're watching this. You're a freak. Piss off, you fucking freak. Freak. You fucking freak. Freak.
For context, all this man did was tell Ali to stop starving himself and to stop promoting it, instead to just exercise and eat healthily. But this is the true Gross Gore, a man who claims to have changed, who is calm, and who deserves...
You little freak! You freak!
...yet another chance in the limelight.
Is bro bipolar? I unironically think he did actually make a video saying he's got bipolar. Like, I'm not even doing that as like a funny. I think he did actually come out saying he got diagnosed with bipolar like years and years ago.
So at the end of it all, we ask the question, is this the end of Gross Gore's story? And I'll say absolutely not. In fact, this video could have been 2 to 3 times longer and changes with every day. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. The internet is all he knows. He's still going to keep lazily trying to get back to who he thinks he should be, rich and...
Has he uploaded? I uploaded a day ago. I want you to meet someone. I don't care. Oh no, he's doing little updates still. He's doing little updates. Interview cook relationship. Cook relationship. It's like, you know, you'll talk about how you're not getting any views and you don't understand, but then you'll upload videos like Rate Our Xmas Dinner 2022. I'm actually amazed they even got 11,000 views. I'm actually amazed. Rate Our Xmas Dinner. I too would upload a video called Rate My Xmas Dinner.